The question says that the following diagram shows the vector u and the vectors given. Which statement regarding this diagram could be true? So what I have done is that I did some free work for this question to make it easy to understand. And I have drawn the same picture over here. This is the vector u, and there is some assumption I have taken that if this vector I plus j is represented like this, then approximately on a safer side, just for approximation sake only, we can consider this vector u as vector I, unit vector I, plus twice unit vector j. So if that is the case, then the next step is to do the projection of this vector u onto all the four vectors provided. So I first start with the vector I plus j. So let's see what is the projection of vector u on I plus j. So if you drop a perpendicular at point P and then see what are the x and y coordinate values, so it comes to around 1.6 on the x-axis and around 1.7 on the y-axis, and therefore the coordinates become 1.6 and 1.7. So the projection on the opposite of this vector, minus I minus j, will also be the same. Let's see the projection on the vector minus I plus j. So in this case, I have dropped a perpendicular from vector u onto minus I plus j, and this perpendicular comes at point Q. And if I drop the perpendiculars on x and y axis, I see that the coordinate of point Q comes to minus 0.4 roughly and 0.4 respectively. So now we come back to, and also the projection on the opposite of minus I plus j will be the projection on I minus j, and that projection will also be the same. It will be OQ. Yeah. Now we see which of the options happen to be the closest one. Option A, the projection of vector u onto I plus j is the vector 1.1i plus 1.8j. So I would say that on the y-axis it matches a bit closely, but on the x-axis it does not match closely. We have a problem here. 1.6 is not very close to 1.1. So I would say this option is ruled out, and therefore option C, if we see where the projection will still be the same, here it says 3.2i and 3.2j. But the projection that we see in the graph is 1.6 and 1.7. So this is again ruled out. And option D, if we see projection on I minus j, we have seen from the graph it is close to minus 0.4 and plus 0.4 against what is given in the question. So this also does not match. And okay, then let's see the last of the option, which is expected to be correct, but we still need to evaluate it. The projection of u onto minus I plus j is the vector minus 0.4i plus 0.4j. So that's the correct option. So the correct option is option B. I will also take you through the calculation part. This approach worked only on approximation. We assumed certain things, for example, the coordinates of u, and then we worked out and tried to be as close to the correct answer as possible. But we also need to verify numerically using calculations. Let's see that now. So we utilize here the formula. Projection of vector B on vector A will be the dot product of vectors A and B times vector A and divided by magnitude of vector A, the whole square. So in this formula, we can, it is vector B can be treated same as vector U. So I have put all the options given in the question, and let's see one by one. Vector A will keep on changing as shown in the column, and a square comes to value 2 for all of them, and vector B will be the same in all the four options. And then vector A dot B has the respective values. And then finally, evolving the expression, using the expression for the projection of the vector B on vector A. So these are the four different responses we get against each of the option. And what I have also done is I have put down the options given in the question as per option A, B, C, and D. So if we see option A, 1.5i plus 1.5j, it does not meet exactly. Yeah, it is 1.1 is close to 1.5, but not very close. And similarly, 1.5 is close to 1.8, but not very close. And if you see option B, minus 0.5i plus 0.5j, it matches more closely than option A with values of minus 0.4i plus 0.4j. I would say this is a closer candidate and a more correct candidate. Option C, no way it matches. And option D also does not match because of the reverse signs. So with this, we conclude that option B is the correct option amongst the available options. A is close, but B is the best fit as per our calculations. Thank you.